all our lives we've been forced to like be aware of our blackness. Like, so I've always been forced to like realize that I am the other. But now, like, that burden is just like so much heavier, and it's just so much more real. I can feel it like every day, that in a much different way than I could even like 10 years ago.
You know what? It's funny because I grew up, like, you know, I'm adopted and I grew up in a multicultural family, and like I knew I was black, right? And I knew that I was different, but I never just was aware of being black and what that meant. You know, they would ask me questions about stuff and like, can I feel your hair? Can I do this? But I never thought about it until now. Now that I'm more aware of that, it does suck. It does suck going into places and you're like, man, well, I hope I behave correctly, or it's because it's like you can't just be black, right? Whatever that means to you, you just can't be. You have to put on a front when you go to fancy restaurants or when you go somewhere predominantly white, or you're scared that you'll be looked at a certain way. You know, there's thoughts that, you know, that I never even got to think about, you know, before, because I grew up and I was sheltered in this bubble, you know.
But also unconsciously, those are things that you think about because of the environment that you grew up in.
Is it even unconscious anymore though? I feel like back then it maybe was unconscious, but I feel like it's super.
But now it's very, yes. I mean, we have images of black men dying left and right in videos that we see constantly.
Growing up, harassment came like fast and hard because of the way I look. I've been stopped because I fit the description. I was sitting at softball, so I just pulled up, parked. I let my seat back for maybe about 3 minutes, about to watch like a little Netflix video to like hold me over, and then I hear a tap on my window. It's like, we just got a phone call about some suspicious activity, so we want to check it out. So he takes my like information, goes back to the car, and in the 3 minutes that I was there was a phone call, and I'm getting harassed because I'm sitting here waiting on my softball game to start. So that's one example, but I feel like I've been in that situation way too many times where I'm getting stopped. Yeah. They check my information, find out there's nothing really going on.
Exactly.
And then like they let me go on my way.
Like my experience is very different. I grew up with police officers in my house. I mean, my dad was a railroad police detective. You know, he put his life on the line all the time. You know, same for my stepfather, who was chief. And, you know, they are outstanding examples of what police officers should be. So I've seen that. And so I know that there are cops that are good, you know, but I do think overall, the way that I look at cops is that I think that they abuse their power. So, you know, hopefully I never have a negative encounter with a police officer, but for the most part, I mean, I've experienced two good police officers and, you know, so that gives me hope, you know, that there are good police officers out there that want to do the right thing and make a difference.
I mean, my perception has always been the same, is that I do not like the police. I just don't. I don't like them.
Yeah.
I will never like them. I don't think all police are good. I think a lot of them are bad, and there's exceptions to the rule. And I get pulled over from leaving the art studio while I'm walking. The cop pulls me over while driving and makes up an entire situation about the clothes that I'm having on, and they saw somebody walking around, you know, looking suspicious. And I literally just left the studio, so this cop just wanted to harass me to see if I was in the wrong place. Or in a place where I shouldn't be, which is on Yale's campus. As far as in the eyes of cops, you are guilty until you're proven innocent. For me, cops are guilty in a negative light until they're proven innocent. Until they prove me that they good, like they're a nice person. You know,
I just feel like they are bred into a culture of power, and that is just like not realistic. They feel like they're like way up here, and obviously they are, because they just keep getting away with it. I don't know how to like undo that culture, that protection that goes on within the police system.
Sure. And that's the thing too, like that's where the feeling of like frustration comes in, because like at the surface level, like we know this is wrong, right? Like this is not right? But how do you shift the paradigm?